I actually feel sorry for the Medal of Honor series. It went from the pedigree shooter of the early 2000s to it's COD, but it's not COD games. But those games have been beaten to death, so I'm instead focusing on Allied Assault, easily one of the franchise's best, which doesn't get nearly the same amount of attention of the more recent entries. Though admittedly dated and a bit rusty around the edges, it still holds up as a surprisingly engrossing and thematic first-person shooter, which takes a more adventurous and light-hearted journey through World War II than titles like Red Orchestra and Brothers in Arms. The very minimal story focuses on the exploits of POW. In the OSA, you're given a variety of missions to accomplish across various theaters of war. These missions may sound straightforward, but usually you have to tackle a bunch of other objectives handed to you after every loading screen. It's mostly saboteur missions, blowing up heavy guns and tanks, but they often change it up a little. You may be tasked with shutting off the power to a facility, then attack a train station to only protect some fellow Marines to secure the area. Occasionally you can obtain the outfit of an officer, collecting different papers to proceed to the next area, which went into a really cool espionage direction. I would have liked to have seen more, but that's more of a personal opinion. You're given a helpful compass that tells you where you need to go in a level, which makes pathfinding an absolute breeze. Before you start a mission though, you get given a really nice narration from series staple note Colonel Hargrove. He sounds really good. I guess if I was to really nitpick, I would say that I would often forget why the hell I was even here in the first place, from extra objectives being thrown at you constantly. The actual shooting in Allied Assault is pretty self-explanatory. You shoot and try not to get shot at. Firing a gun feels precise and deadly, with some great sound effects that make your weapons sound really meaty and mechanical. They model really well and they act the part with hefty recoil. You have 5 classes of guns: pistols, rifles, machine guns, assault rifles, specials, and grenades. You can only hold one weapon for each class, which is fine, but you can't swap weapons you see lying around, which is really odd since you can still pick them up as ammo. So get used to using the M1 Grand and the Thompson. The game's very stingy when you can get to use other weapons, like the bar, which you only get to use maybe once in a mission, which is pretty lame since you see soldiers turning it around all the time. It also doesn't take long before you realise that you move much slower compared to other FPSs. I guess this was a realism thing, because you're holding all this weight like a soldier, but then it just means you're just jogging around most of your way through a level. I'm okay with it, sure, but you feel like a sitting duck a lot, unable to reach cover in time. I would have liked some sort of sprint button or something. Thankfully, enemies are big targets and rarely move while shooting, making your job much easier. On that note, the AI is nothing special. There's very little use of actual tactics with groups of Germans, and for some reason they seem to enlist soldiers who have no hearing sense whatsoever. No, really, you can gun down someone only meters away from them and they'll act like as if nothing happened. Until you actually kill them, of course. But my god, is their aim pinpoint at what? What they lack in intelligence, they make up in precision. Riflemen rarely miss and reload much faster than you. Machine gunners can knock down your health at 2 nil in a few seconds. And MG nests are a real pain. They have stupidly good accuracy with their guns, which doesn't make much sense. It makes every soldier feel like the sniper from Saving Private Ryan, and then some. This leads to one of my biggest complaints of Allied Assault. When you get hit, your screen sort of jumps around, making you lose your aim on whatever you are aiming at. Because the Germans are crack shots, this happens a lot. I've had moments where I wasn't able to move or shoot a thing because the screen was spinning around. There is a good selection of levels and environments in Allied Assault. Initially you start in Egypt, then travel to Norway, then on to Europe, taking on historical battles and operations like Battle of the Bulge and Operation Torch. The actual locales themselves have a great attention to detail, from varying weather effects like snow and rain to the nice interior designs of furniture and different wallpaper. It helps make each new place a lot more memorable. But Allied Assault is a clever game. They know you bought it to experience the Omaha beach landing, and instead of just giving it to you immediately, you have to wait a while. You know it's coming, so it gives a sense of anticipation. Once it starts, you're greeted with no music, just the rumbling of the waves and the whir of the boat's motor, creating a very tense atmosphere. But whatever man, I'm ready. I'm really ready. Yeah! No, I'm not ready! I'm not ready! Yeah, I'm not ready! It's an awesome level. Explosions shake the screen as they blast away your fellow troops. Dirt and sand are blown at you as you try to crawl to safety. You're not trying to fight, you're trying to survive. It's easily one of the franchise's best moments. Though it does end a bit abrupt. What the hell was that? It's over? Unfortunately, Allied Assault is home to a really lousy level, where you have to make your way through a bombed out town during a thunderstorm. A seemingly cool idea is ruined by a horde of snipers that will piss you off. They have unfairly good accuracy, and their positions are tucked away in BS places. Just thank God for quick saves. But then you get some much needed payback, with getting the helm of a tank and literally going to town with that. Ha! In your face! Sorry about that. Finally, the music to this game is fantastic. I'd actually say it outdoes the game itself in terms of quality. It's amazing to say the least. Composer Michael Giacchino knew exactly how to make an engaging and engrossing music, and for what purpose, going from proud drum beats to eerily orchestral strings that amplifies each moment of the game. Hell, I'm listening to it while I'm writing the script. Words can't do it justice. I salute you, sir, though I cannot pronounce your name. Sorry. Overall, Medal of Honor Allied Assault is still a lot of fun to play, even after all these years. You can grab the game's expansion packs from goodallgames.com for pretty much nothing. Now, I've neglected to talk about Spearhead and Breakthrough. Whilst the former is excellent, Breakthrough, oh boy. I'll cover them another day. See ya!